All right, YouTube. Look, I just want to preface this by saying I have not finished Mushoku Tensei. I love the show. Obviously, I don't like the PDF weird, kid shit in the show, right? Okay. These videos are just meant for me to just yap about my thoughts about what I'm watching, things of that nature. So let's just get all that out of the way. It's not a hate video. This video is meant to have a conversation, obviously. Twitch, say hi to YouTube. I'm talking with everybody on Twitch about this, and obviously y'all in the comments, and it's it's content. If you like yap content and you want to see more of that, your guy right here. So I posted a video recently, right? And granted, there is no granted. It was a good video. It was Mushoku Tensei fans are dumb, and in this video I was talking about how I was low-key kind of getting rage baited by some of the comments on TikTok that were kind of like pissing me off a little bit. And it seemed like a bad portion of the Mushoku Tensei fan base are getting mad at me for the fact that I was criticizing Rudeus and the weird PDF and just like the weird shit that he does, right? Mind you, I haven't watched the story, or I haven't finished the entire anime. I haven't read the light novel. I haven't done any of that. So if there's any context, if any actual context or stuff that I'm missing that would actually help me better understand certain scenes, I'll respect it. I'll respect it. That's why, like, bro, the thing about it is that if you've been following me, potentially, this is a new channel, so I don't know if you have been, but if you've been following me, through my ReZero content, like ReZero cut a whole bunch of stuff out. So when I was questioning shit, talking about shit with people on TikTok, things of that nature, right? I was getting constructive. Well, I wouldn't say constructive criticism. It was more so like just people explaining to me what I'm missing and why some of the stuff I'm saying is either not right at all, or like I'm in the right direction, but I'm missing some important context or things of that nature, right? So the whole basis of this video was essentially just the fact that why are we defending Rudeus that he is essentially crushing over his cousin, right? And Eris was, I guess she is kind of doing the same thing. And a comment that had kind of pointed this out to me that I wanted to read and talk about was this comment right here by my boy Dino on TikTok. He said, her mother did indeed tell her to let Rudy, and mind you, this is when she came into the room and, she had left and things of that nature in this little clip right here, right? So he said, her mother did indeed tell her to let Rudy, but she realized she didn't like it when Rudy touched her. She didn't feel ready. She didn't feel like an adult. As she leaves the room, she is reminded of something that only Rudeus had ever lusted. After her, only him, no other suitors had thought she was pretty, especially given how much of a tsundere she was back then. She wonders if Rudy really likes her. This nigga's English is kind of irritating me. She wonders if Rudy really likes her or just wants her body. She doesn't want to die alone. She decides that she'd rather be married to someone who doesn't love her than no one. She comes back to repair the bond so Rudy wouldn't hate her. But when she sees Rudy begging for her forgiveness, she falls in love in that moment. It also mentions she fell in love with him again during their expedition on the Demon Continent due to Rudy's ability to handle problems unlike anything she had seen. So here's my thing, right? Obviously, context is important, and context was given. Now, do I agree with this context? Or okay, let's just start by saying this, right? Let's just take into consideration the time period that this is in, right? Medieval times, people didn't do the most objectively right things back then, So like, okay, her mother forced her to go into this room. Obviously, she didn't want to do these things. She left, but she had her own internal monologue about like, other suitors not lusting for her, which is kind of crazy that a child is thinking about this. But again, it's just like, honestly, it'll help me break this down a little bit more after I read this comment, right? And we also have another comment on YouTube, which made me consider that one even more, right? It was the thing with the whole cousin situation is that Japan sees cousins as family, as just a family friend, while in the US it's seen as more family. He responded to a similar comment and said he didn't want to argue with Japan. I don't think we should be pushing our ideas on other countries, culture, and such, but it should be kept in mind that this is a Japanese animated show worked by Japanese people and made by a Japanese author. And this part set me off. When you watch a show about Indians and see them doing rituals, do you go and tell them, you're weird for doing that, just because we were taught that such things are weird? Now, I'm gonna be honest with you, gang. First and foremost, if your family or niggas around you are telling you that people doing rituals are weird, that's minus anything that's related to the KKK or things of that nature, in like a weird ritual, they're racist. I'm gonna just say that they're racist. Okay, that's racist, right? And comparing Indian rituals to touching your cousin is weird, right? And I even looked this up, and I looked this up, right? I looked this up, right? Let's look this up real quick. Is marrying your cousin legal in Japan, right? And the first response I got, right? Obviously, marrying your first cousin is completely legal in Japan, right? But if you scroll down a little bit, right? And I was looking at this Reddit thread, and apparently these are actual Japanese people that are responding to this Reddit thread, right? Yes, it's legal, but very weird, right? And if you keep reading, legal but weird, it used to be more of a thing when people lived in villages and they didn't move around much. It doesn't apply in postmodern Japan. So we have American niggas on the internet trying to like use the fact that it's legal in Japan, but there are Japanese people on the internet saying that it's weird. Mama, what's wrong? What is wrong? It's only 6:30. Are you good? But yeah, like, we've got, mind you, again, just because it's legal doesn't make it right. And to the comment that was saying that we shouldn't be pushing our ideals on other like countries and cultures and things of that nature. And like, bro, I agree with that take. Yeah, we shouldn't be pushing our ideals and shit like that onto other countries and, you know, things of that nature, right? But it is clear. I read 2 comments from Japanese people. I would hope so, that they're not LARPing being actually Japanese, and they're actually Japanese in this Reddit thread, that they're literally agreeing with the fact that it's weird. And I think the average person would tell you that marrying your first or second, or even if they're even remotely related to your bloodline, if you're trying to marry them or do anything in that type of way, it is weird. There is no rhyme, rhythm, thinking, cultural anything, because yeah, in the past, because you could literally say the same thing in the past about Americans. I'm sure in the past, when people were staying in one spot, it was pretty normal for people to marry their cousins and family and things of that nature to keep the bloodline pure. I'm pretty sure that I'm like, not even just to go into do crazy research, I'm pretty sure that was always a thing in just times in general, right? And like, I'm yapping about this not to like shit on Mushoku Tensei, but like also to educate myself a little bit about history and shit like that through anime and shit like this. But like, I feel like it's important to acknowledge the weirdness of some things and not just push it off as just like, oh, it's okay because it happened back then, or it's okay because, you know, it's just fiction, it's anime, you know, things of that nature. Like, if slavery was being depicted in anime, you wouldn't call that right just because it's in the anime. You would call it out for what it is. It's wrong. It should be talked about because it happened, but we shouldn't just, you know, just push it off to the side. You know what I mean? So like, me talking about it being weird that Rudeus and Eris are having this cousin, you know, this family type of relationship, it is not, I don't think it's crazy. It should be crazy to call it out or like talk about it and have people say like, oh, it's just fiction, or yo, this is what happened back then, this, that, and the third. Like, yeah, of course. Ha ha ha, jokes. Yeah, it's funny. You know, this, that, and the third, and yeah, whatever. But I think it's just important to acknowledge that some things that were done in the past were just, you know, weird. And like my nigga Lion just said in the chat, just because it's legal doesn't make it right. And again, this is not a Mushoku Tensei hate video or anything. We are yapping and chatting in the Twitch chat and on YouTube just about what I'm watching. So if you take this video as like hate to Mushoku Tensei, or I don't know, me like over exaggerating what's being in the show or this, that, and a third, I mean, gang, respectfully, I have been dreaming of moments where I could get on fucking stream and yap about the shit that I watch. You know, do you know how I wish that I could have yapped about Iron Man in Endgame and all that when it was trending, because he's my favorite fucking superhero. Like, I really want people to understand when they watch this video, and like really understand too, as I keep pushing through Mushoku Tensei and just more videos that I talk about and react to in general, that like I am not hating on these shows, but I think people need to understand that it is okay to call out weirdness when you see weird. And again, I can acknowledge, yes, it's set in the medieval times, and yes, Japan did things back in the day that were different than what Americans do, which again, I wouldn't be surprised if Americans back in the day were marrying their cousins and things like that. But I guarantee you, if you asked 100 Japanese people in the modern era, I guarantee you 50% of them, if not more, are not marrying their cousins, because we have gotten to a point now where we are not just stuck in one spot, right? We're not in one village. We're not in one city. We're not in one location. We are legitimately can travel, meet new people, date outside of our race, religion, things of that nature. And I know specifically too, and it's even in like black culture. Like, it's like, if I dated a white woman, which I low-key kind of am, she's light skinned, but she's white. If I was dating an actual like white woman, I would get looked at crazy. Just because I'm black, because people don't like, you know, there's still these people that are stuck in the past who don't want us dating outside our religions. It's these same things. It's these same things, gang. But I do want to acknowledge the fact though, right, that like the context that was provided right here, like, is good context, right? And the context somewhat that was provided right, I mean, it wasn't really context, it just got me thinking a little bit. That was here, but like genuinely, bro, like this comment right here, it's like it makes sense. It provides that like why she came back, and just like why she feels the way she feels towards Rudeus, because that wasn't explained in the anime nor shown in the anime. Like we weren't hearing her internal dialogue. And like, bro, I'm pretty sure too, like especially back in the day, bro, I know Eris was probably seeing shit. She might have been seeing her mom, or I wouldn't say seeing her mom, but probably seeing like the people that were like around the house or whatever, like looking at her mom crazy, probably saying some like sexual things, making sexual remarks to her, and she was probably hearing that. So like that's probably a part of the reason why she was feeling like that, bro. So like it makes sense. It really does like make sense why she would feel that way towards Rudeus. Unfortunately, like it's the sad reality of that. It's the unfortunate reality. But again, you got to call a spade a spade. Like, you know, at the end of the day, it's weird. But, you know, at the end of the day, I'm still enjoying the show. It's a fun show. Even though I did just see Rudeus's ass cheeks out and a grown ass man was giving him a massage with his Johnson damn near hovering over Rudy's ass. That was crazy. That was crazy. However, though, you know, I still fuck with the show. I just like talking about it. So, I mean, take this video as you will. And I mean, yeah. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and follow me on Twitch. Yo, chat, hold on.